Welcome to your 5-Minute Catalyst, our weekly bonus session to provide you with some unique food for thought as we travel this journey together. Our feature full-length episodes go live first thing every Wednesday, and you may also want to check out our popular YouTube coaching channel, which is youtube.com/coaching channel. I've had this bad habit most of my life. For those of you who are regular listeners here on the Catalyst Health, Wellness, Performance Coaching Podcast, you're just thinking, okay, yeah, we get it. We know. You're privy to many of the shortcomings I've shared in the past. But this is a big one. I focus far too often on what is next rather than tuning into all the amazing aspects around me that are going on right now. It generally doesn't matter whether it's a personal, a professional, or an athletic pursuit. I zoom in on what's around the corner instead of what's happening right now, almost every single time. Last year, Susanna, my amazing bride of almost 29 years, who many of you know very well, picked up a cool little sign from my desk based on a discussion that we'd had around this subject a number of times. It said very simply 3 words: life is now. Life is now. The moment we find ourselves in this very second, right here, right now. As time passes, the power in that simple 3-word statement continues to grow and grow and grow in my life. Let's look at a simple example around money. That's an easy one to talk through here. We had just talked about some practical money tips on the YouTube coaching channel last week, so the timing works out nicely as well. Suzanne and I are in our mid-50s, and we've been adamant about living well below our means our entire married lives. If it's helpful to you in the future, I can share some specific examples of how we've applied that. But basically on every front, we have consistently chosen next over now when it came to money. That's been very positive over our 3 decades of raising a family and running a business together. But as we now enter a little different phase of life, is there value in a shift? Maybe. That's part of the intriguing balancing act between next and now. Lean too far into the now during the wrong phase of life, and your options in the future can disappear right before your eyes. But an unrelenting focus on next might mean a life spent doing everything except living. The problem is there's not a handbook or an app. There's no algorithm for this stuff. However, there is immense value in the pondering and the discussion. And that's what I'm hoping to draw out right now. Where Suzanne and I had previously had our spending decisions basically locked into the off position, we now ask the question, what if? It's a valuable and frankly pretty enjoyable discussion to have together. But the example of finances is relatively simple compared to the bigger questions around the investment of time, energy, and even health and well-being. Is there a value in continuing to work 60 hours a week? Am I so focused on thinking through a project that I didn't actually hear what my daughter was sharing with me? Am I thinking so much about how I'll highlight this activity in my social media that I don't actually soak in the activity itself? Was I so focused on my running pace that I missed the sounds of the birds as I ran by? The list is endless. The answer different for every one of us in every situation, but it's so very important we consistently tune in to this knowledge that life and the art of fully living is now. Sorry, folks, no answers for you this week. Just something for us all, hopefully, to be thinking about. Thank you for joining us for this week's 5-minute bonus episode. By the way, did you know, this is brand new information, the Catalyst Health, Wellness, Performance Podcast is one of the few podcasts in the world for which you can earn continuing education credits while you listen? Might be worth checking out, catalystcoachinginstitute.com. Our feature podcast episode this week is an interview with best-selling author of Happy Gut, Dr. Vincent Pedre. And our feature video digs into some of the key strategies to improving your employee wellness program strategy. We'll link to both of those below. Thanks again for joining us. Always feel free to reach out to us, results@catalystcoachinginstitute.com, or access a multitude of resources on the website, catalystcoachinginstitute.com. This is Dr. Bradford Cooper of the Catalyst Coaching Institute signing off. I'll look forward to speaking with you later this week on the next episode of the Catalyst Health, Wellness, and Performance Coaching Podcast, or maybe over on the new YouTube coaching channel.